everyone, my name is Stacy. I will be talking about the PSAT today, the test that you have all just taken, all finished, and all are done with. I wanted to first thank Greg for introducing me and also letting me talk to you all today. First, I'm going to talk to you all about myself, where I come from, my school, what I studied, and then also we're going to dig deep into the PSAT, why you all took that, what it all means, and where do we go from here. So I'll start off. My name is Stacy, as you already know. I went to Loyola Marymount University in Westchester, Los Angeles. I studied sociology, had a great time, loved my time at Loyola Marymount. And now I work for Revolution Prep, work in the CRAD, talking to potential students, going to college, talk to them about these exams, what they mean, how to interpret their scores, and also where we go from here with prep. So now you know a lot about me. I want to talk to you all about this exam and what it all means and kind of go from there. Basically, you've all taken this exam, the PSAT. I wanted to talk to you about why you took this exam. Why does it matter? You know, we all have taken some exams in our life, in school and everything like that, but why is it important that we took this PSAT? I'm going to be talking about that. I wanted to talk to you about that right now and also interpreting those results. So basically, the PSAT is important for a few main reasons. One, for sophomores, it gets you all ready to take these exams like the SAT. It's a great exam to see where you are at in test prep and also to get you kind of introduced into what colleges are looking for with the SAT. For juniors, it all gives you a chance to apply for the National Merit Scholarship, which colleges will look at as well. And also, it will give students a chance to see where they're at in their test prep. Standardized tests with the application process for universities are important because it plays and it ties along into your transcripts. So when colleges are looking at a student, they're looking at your transcripts, what courses you've taken, the rigor of the course, your grades, and all of that. And with test prep, if your test scores are high, they will look at that and consider that for your acceptance into that university. So it's really, really important to know which test you feel comfortable with, to know which sort of prep you'd like to do for these exams so that you can get your scores up so that colleges can look at those and look at how well you've done. That's why testing matters. It also is very important because it is a main part of the application process. I know you all are wanting to get into a four-year college, and that is one of the main keys or components that colleges look at for applications, and that's a main part in getting into college. PSAT, what is it? Basically, how is it broken down? It's a practice SAT, so it has the components of the SAT, so it'll have critical reading, math, and a writing section. Now, the format of the exam, it's not all in one. Basically, you'll jump from the critical reading to the math and then go back to the critical reading and then back to the math. All of the subjects are not done chronologically, whereas the ACT, you get all the reading done in one section, and you're done with the reading, and then you go on to math, you're done with the math. The PSAT, just like the SAT, kind of jumps around, so it'll have you work on the critical reading and the math and the critical reading and the math. And if that's something that you enjoy or that you felt comfortable with, that's a really great indicator of knowing which exam you'd like to prepare for. So clearly, if that was something that you like, you can go ahead and focus your time on studying for the SAT. Each section is about 25 minutes, and the writing portion is about 30. Let me just look here. And the total time for the exam is about 2 hours and 10 minutes. Now with the College Board, when you receive your scores, as I'm sure you have all received them so far, it comes with a section of the score breakdown, and I'd like to talk to you about that right now. First thing that would be on the first page would be your score in each section, basically what you received in each section. Secondly, there would be a score range, which would determine which score you would receive if you were to take this again without any prep. And then also there'd be silhouettes with the percentile rank of how your score compares to every other student who's taking this exam the same day as well. There's also a score report, which basically breaks down the whole exam with all the questions that you answered, which ones you answered correctly, which questions you answered incorrectly, and the questions that you just didn't answer at all, you omitted. The right answers are represented by a check. The incorrect answers are represented by a letter in red, which would be the correct answer. And then a 0 or an O would be the letter that represents an omitted question or a question that you didn't answer. There's also a side box that says what went wrong. This is a really great tool to use to go back to those specific questions that you remember or that you felt were a little bit difficult, and kind of look at the question, look at what you put, and then look at the correct answer to see which trick or trap you fell into and how you can prevent that. So that's a really great tool. Also, the total score, the selection index. Now this relates to the PSAT because the PSAT is scored out of 240 and the SAT is scored out of 2400. So if you are thinking, I got 150 on my PSAT and I want to know how that will translate into an SAT score, you just simply add a 0. So that would be a 1500 if it were to relate to an SAT, and if you were to see the 150 on the PSAT, that's what that would be. Also the skills breakdown, that's another component of your school report that you received. It basically shows your ranking and assesses your strengths and weaknesses in the different sections that you tested on. So it's definitely important to see where you range or where your strengths and weaknesses are so that we can focus your time and energy into prep for those different areas. So that's basically how the PSAT is structured, what everything means. And I do want to stress, it's really important to see how you felt during that exam. If this exam is something that you want to and feel comfortable in prepping for, we do offer a ton of programs and a lot of other resources that will help you prepare for this exam, and it's up to you to see which one you feel best comfortable with. So thank you so much for your time and good luck.